Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know that the AFC North is as competitive as ever, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are right in the thick of it. With a 4-3 record and leading the division, they've been showing resilience and grit, but what's about to happen could redefine their entire trajectory. Rumors are swirling, and sources close to the league are whispering about a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up the entire league's balance. And no, it's not just speculation. There's real smoke behind this fire. The Steelers are reportedly finalizing a deal that might seem out of the ordinary but could be transformative, and it involves none other than Amon-Ra St. Brown, the standout slot receiver from the Detroit Lions, who's been absolutely electric this season. This move could be a game-changer, especially when you consider the context. For a team like the Steelers, who have been looking to inject more explosiveness into their offense, adding a player like St. Brown could be the missing piece. The Lions, on the other hand, are in a different situation. They're sitting at 5-2, and with a cap space of around $25 million, they're eyeing a rebuild, especially with Jared Goff's future still up in the air. Detroit is also keen on freeing up some cap space, about $15 million, so they can focus on bolstering their roster post-Goff, possibly aiming at a new quarterback or other key positions. Amon-Ra St. Brown, folks, is not just any receiver. He's an All-Pro in 2023, a Pro Bowler in 2024 and 2025, and he's been dazzling throughout his career. In 2025, he's already posted some eye-popping numbers: 50 receptions, 538 yards, and 7 touchdowns in just 7 games. That's an average of over 10 yards per reception and a 91.5 PFF grade, which is elite. His career stats are equally impressive: over 200 yards receiving and more than 60 touchdowns, with a YAC yards after catch average of 4.2 yards per reception, leading the league in that category. His minimal drops, just 1.5%, combined with a yards per route run of 2.3, performing even DK Metcalf's 1.9, show how reliable and dangerous he has become. This kind of production would significantly boost Pittsburgh's offense. Imagine the possibilities with a receiver who can create mismatches, especially in the slot, where the Steelers have been searching for consistency. And if you look at the numbers, the impact isn't just marginal, it's exponential. His expected points added per target, which currently sits around 0. 12 for Rodgers, could jump to an estimated 0. 25 with this upgraded weapon. That's a huge leap, and it would elevate the Steelers' passing game to a new level, making them far more dangerous in the postseason. Now, the Steelers, who currently sit with about $3 million in cap space, are already navigating some financial maneuvers. Reports suggest they could absorb a $12 million contract through restructures, giving them more flexibility to make a move like this without compromising their cap health. This is crucial because the Steelers have been committed to staying competitive without entering a full rebuild. They've been strategic, focusing on extending key players like T.J. Watt and others, while also looking to add pieces that can push them over the top. And it's not just about offense. The Steelers' defense, which has been among the top in the league, ranking in the top 5 with 15 sacks, led by Cam Hayward with 4.5, continues to be a strength. Gaining extra time of possession, roughly plus 3 minutes per game, allows them to keep the pressure on opponents. The addition of a receiver like St. Brown would complement their existing core, including George Pickens, and elevate their third down conversion rate. Currently, they're at about 38%, but with this trio of St. Brown, Metcalf, and Pickens, the projected yards and conversion rate could soar by roughly 15%. This would put them in a position to challenge teams like the Cincinnati Bengals, who have struggled at times with their secondary, which currently grades at 65.2 by PFF. Looking ahead, this kind of upgrade could be the catalyst that propels the Steelers into serious Super Bowl contention. Based on the current odds, they're sitting at around plus 2,500 to win Super Bowl LXI. But if this trade goes through and they integrate St. Brown seamlessly, those odds could plummet to around plus 1,200. That's a massive shift, and it reflects the belief that this team could be peaking at the right time. The key factor in the playoffs, beyond talent, is consistency and creating mismatches. St. Brown's ability to generate yards after catch and stretch defenses would be invaluable, especially against formidable opponents like the Kansas City Chiefs or even the Buffalo Bills. And if you're thinking about the bigger picture, this move echoes what we saw with the Dolphins acquiring Tyreek Hill in 2022. That trade transformed Miami's offense from a middling unit to a top 10 attack almost overnight. The Steelers, with this kind of injection of talent, could similarly elevate their game, restoring their reputation as a true contender and giving fans hope that the elusive Super Bowl ring isn't just a distant dream anymore. It's about building a team that's dynamic, fast, and capable of winning in multiple ways. This is the kind of strategic move that could set the Steelers up for a sustained run of success, especially if they can add a player like St. Brown and keep their core intact. Of course, it's not just about the immediate impact. It's about the message it sends across the league, that the Steelers are serious about competing at the highest level, that they're willing to make bold moves, and that they believe in their vision of returning to greatness. The Steelers' history is filled with moments of resilience, grit, and strategic brilliance, and this potential trade could be the next chapter in that storied legacy. Imagine a Steelers offense with Rodgers orchestrating from the pocket, throwing to a trio of receivers, St. Brown, Metcalf, and Pickens, that opposing defenses simply can't handle. The running game, with Najee Harris rushing for 850 yards in 2025 at 4.5 yards per carry, would find even more openings, thanks to the additional space created by this aerial threat. The defense, as strong as it is, would now have more opportunities to pin back their ears and blitz, knowing the offense can keep pace and score when it matters most. It's a recipe for success, a team that can adapt and thrive in the postseason. And with the AFC North becoming more competitive, the Steelers need to act fast and smart. The Bengals, Ravens, and Browns are all lurking, but with a move like this, Pittsburgh could firmly establish themselves as the team to beat. The anticipation among fans is high, and the whispers are growing louder. This could be the moment that redefines the franchise's future. Now, thinking about the big picture, if this move materializes, it's not just about one player. It's about signaling to the league that the Steelers are back in the game, that they're willing to make bold decisions to reclaim their spot among the elite. The fans, the city of Pittsburgh, everyone's hopes are riding on this potential transformation. And it's why we're here, bringing you the latest, most detailed insights so you can stay ahead of the curve. The NFL is always evolving, and teams that make these kinds of bold moves often change the course of history. Pittsburgh is poised to be one of those teams, and you better believe we'll be watching every step of this story unfold. So, as we look forward to the rest of the season, keep an eye on the Steelers. They're not just content to be in the playoff hunt, they want to make a statement. And if this trade comes to fruition, it could be the start of a new era, one where the Steelers aren't just contenders, but favorites to lift another Lombardi trophy. This is a team with purpose, with a clear plan, and with the talent to execute it. And for us fans, it's an exciting time, full of hope and anticipation. The road to Super Bowl LXI might just go through Pittsburgh this year, especially if they land a player like Amon-Ra St. Brown. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Do you believe this move can propel them to new heights? Are you excited about the potential of this offense? Or do you think they should focus on other areas? I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. Remember, this team has a rich history of overcoming odds, and with moves like this, they could be writing a new chapter that fans will remember for generations. Thanks for being here, and let's keep the passion alive. Go Steelers!